On my boat, you cannot come. You need to be a licensed Taiwanese fisherman to come onto my boat. Have you ever experienced anything strange or supernatural during your time at sea? Or I saw it when I was young in Canada, but it was something I will never forget, and it is almost magical. I can't believe we've been on this adventure for almost 4 years. We've done a number of amazing things. We've been around the whole island, explored so many fishing villages. We've won some awards, which I'm very happy about. But what I haven't done so far is answer some of your questions. And I really want to let you know, your questions are very important to me, but I'm a bit of a Luddite. I have no social media, and that's why I don't answer a lot of the questions you ask. What we're gonna do today is I'm gonna take some time to answer your questions so you'll get a bit more sense of what other viewers are thinking. And who knows, maybe your question is among these fish here. We've put all the question on these little fish, which I will answer in a few minutes, but I want to start with a disclaimer. This is not my fishing rod. This is an embarrassment. I don't know whose it is, but we've put it here for a special effect. So let me start by answering a few of your questions one by one, and please keep the questions coming. I hope we can do this more often in the future. I'll start with this little cute red fish here. The question is from Eden6073. So Eden, thank you for your question. What has been the biggest challenge in capturing fishing life on camera? I think the biggest challenge for me is less about the fishing life, but more trying to explain so many things in such a short episode. We only have 15 minutes and we cover so many different things. The different types of fish when we go fishing, how they're caught, the location of the harbors. There's just so much interesting information that I find it very, very difficult to pack into that time. So we always end up filming a lot, filming several hours before we cut it down to those 15 minutes. And I think that's always the most challenging thing for me, trying to put the most information in that short time and not making it too serious or too boring. Next we have this mahi mahi, Gui Tao Dao. This is from Joey Sizzle. If I'm visiting Taiwan and want to do some fishing, where should I go? Is that a business you would recommend? So, let me tell you about fishing in Taiwan for people who are not fishermen. On my boat, you cannot come. You need to be a licensed Taiwanese fisherman to come onto my boat.
我已经考了那个渔民牌，我已经准备买渔船。那我今天特别来八岛这渔港，看看有没有办法找到一个人可以介绍渔船的情况。
However, Taiwan has an industry that caters to people who want to go fishing for a day or fishing for a few days. Those kind of boats are called yulechuan. And yulechuan is a different style of fishing boat that you can rent and charter for an evening with your friends and all go on there. My children just did it last weekend. They didn't catch anything. Those are a lot of fun to do. I don't do that kind of business because, as I said, my boat is only for registered fishermen. But Taiwan is a great place to explore, and I do recommend, if you have the time, to take one of these yulechuan from some of the main harbors in Taiwan and go out and try to catch some of the fish. You'll have a great time, and you might even get seasick. Okay, next question. If you have a chance to go back to one place with your boat, where will it be? Again, I don't want to go to one place. I want to go to all the places again. I want to go around the island of Taiwan again. I want to keep doing this because it is so beautiful. I particularly love the East Coast. When we drove along the East Coast, we passed some very beautiful beaches where there's nobody on. I think it would be amazing just to spend some time there, fish, then go ashore, cook the fish on a barbecue. It would be amazing to have that experience. When we go along on the show, we actually have a very limited time, so we kind of move along quite quickly. So the goal is to show you the fishing harbors, but if I have time to do that on my own one day, I'd like to just take a week or two and go along that coast and slowly stop, enjoy the small fishing harbors, talk to the fishermen without a camera, get to know them again, get to know them more personally. That's what I would do, and I will do that one day when I have time. So, yes. Next question I have here, this is from Kim Shishabal. What is the one thing you can't go without for your journeys besides your fishing equipment? I think I would have to say the most important thing on the boat is always safety. Although we don't film it every time, safety is a big part, and every time before we leave the harbor, even before I start the engine, I always check to make sure that the important equipment is on the boat, the fire extinguishers, the life jackets, the ropes, and then check the equipment, the motor, the radials, make sure everything is working properly. Because you really don't want to be out on the ocean and have something go wrong and have something break down where you're going to put yourself and as the captain, your team into your crew into jeopardy. So I think that's the most important thing. Okay, next question here. Is there a small fishing village or scenic spot that really left a deep impression on you? I have to say I get asked this question a lot, my favorite fishing harbor, or etc. And to be honest, there is no real favorite fishing harbor. For me, I love the variety. Taiwan is such a beautiful place, and just going around it and viewing the different harbors has been an amazing experience. There are some harbors that have much more going on. If you go to the west, the southwest, Donggang is an amazing harbor to go visit. It's a real commercial harbor. One of my favorite harbors is always Kaohsiung Harbor. It's so huge. It's a commercial harbor. It's a fishing harbor. It's a military harbor all in one. It is an amazing place to go. In the north part of Taiwan, in Yilan, I love Daxi Harbor. It has a very vibrant fish market. And of course, I love Penghu, where my boat is from. Magong Harbor, also excellent. So I don't really have a favorite. I think for me, the privilege of doing this show has been being able to go visit all these different places in Taiwan. And what I hope is if you're gonna go visit a place in Taiwan, take a look at one of my episodes that covers that, and it'll give you a hint of what you should see in each particular place. It's kind of a bit of a tour guide of the fishing harbors made simple. And as I said, it's been a pleasure for me to be able to see so many harbors. We're still not done. We have a lot of harbors to go, but so far, an amazing journey. Let's do another mahi-mahi here. This is from @user52027. So don't know who you are, but thank you for your question. Do Taiwanese fishermen have any special taboos? I think one taboo, which is quite traditional, is that Taiwanese fishermen sometimes don't like ladies on their boats. For me, I don't care. I'm happy to have ladies on my boats, but traditional Chinese fishermen believe that is bad luck. As I said, on my boat, I have no problem with it. I think it's a very traditional rule. You also see it in the indigenous community here. The rules are quite distinct, but for myself, I welcome ladies on my boat, and if you ever see my boat, please come aboard. I will treat you to a coffee or a beer. I remember the first time that fishermen mentioned this taboo to me. I don't think I had any real comment on it because it is something that is not uncommon. It's a traditional type of view. I mean, if you go in North America, most people who go hunting are men as well. Most people who go fishing are men. It's just a traditional thing. I don't really think it's a big deal. Yeah. Next question. How did you feel the first time you caught a really big fish, and when was it? The first time I remember catching a fish, I was quite young, probably 5 or 6, and I was on my father's boat off the coast of Vancouver, and we caught salmon. It is an amazing feeling when you have a fish on the line and it's fighting. It's just a tremendous feeling, that first strike, and when you manage to land the fish and get it in the boat, you're very happy, not only because you managed to catch the fish, but you know you're gonna have delicious dinner to eat after that. If your question was when was the first time I caught a big fish on the show, that would have been on Green Island on Lüdao. We went fishing for yellowfin tuna, and I caught a fairly large tuna. It was an exciting episode. You can check it out. We also caught some bottom fish, but the large tuna I caught, we fought for quite a while. And when I finally landed on board, I felt really amazing, tired but amazing. And as you know from that episode, we had a delicious dinner that night with the fish we caught. Okay, let's see, we're down to 3 questions here. I could do this all day, actually. Okay, here we go. This one is from Berhu Mahiniko. Interesting. 1803. Have you ever experienced anything strange or supernatural during your time at sea? Well, I think the most interesting thing I've seen in the Taiwan Ocean is that time we went along the Miaoli coast and saw the phosphorescence, the plankton shining at night. It was completely unexpected. If you haven't seen that episode, I highly recommend it because it's something you rarely see. I just had set the autopilot, it was getting late at night, and I walked to the front of the boat just to relax a bit. And as I looked into the water, I could see the splash from the boat was glowing, and it was truly amazing. And if you watch the episode, you can really see it. It's a sign of a very healthy ocean. I had never seen that in Taiwan before. I saw it when I was young in Canada, but it was something I will never forget. And it is almost magical. I wouldn't say it's an alien experience, but it is definitely something very special to have been able to see. Next, we got the yellowtail tuna. And it's a question from John. What inspired you to become a fisherman? Did that passion begin in Canada or back in Taiwan? It's a long story, actually. It started, as you know, if you watch the first episode, for me having a boat, a yacht in Taiwan. And I started because I enjoyed exploring more than just fishing. I wanted to explore Taiwan. And with a yacht, as I mentioned in the first episode, you really can't go to many of the harbors here. They're closed to pleasure craft. So when I became Taiwanese, I realized I could get a fishing license and become a commercial fisherman. That opened all the fishing harbors for me. And then with so many harbors to go to, I thought I should document it. And that's how this whole show really began. That was the evolution of it. And so for me, the passion, fishing, yes, but for me, the passion is just exploring this beautiful island and the other Penghu, the other islands, Maju, Jingmen still to come, and really getting to know Taiwan in a deeper way. Understanding how the fishermen live, understanding how they catch their fish. And I have to tell you, from doing this program, I have such a high respect for the people who make a living catching fish. It is, as I say on the show many times, it is such a difficult job, a difficult profession. So I really respect the Taiwanese fishermen, and that's all began from me being able to start this adventure. So I think it's been an amazing journey, and I'm very happy to have been able to share that with you. Last question, last but not least. This is from Mike. From what I understand, you used to work in business, which is a completely different world. How have you managed to stay connected to this dream? Yeah, I originally was in law and in finance. That's how I started my career. And I still do some consulting, but this happy fisherman is my real passion. Whenever the weather is nice and I'm sitting in the office and I look out and it's a sunny day, I just think to myself, I wish I was out on the boat. I wish I was exploring more of Taiwan's beautiful coastline. So I'm lucky enough to be able to balance both types of career, but I have to tell you, when it's a beautiful day, there's nowhere I'd rather be than out on the ocean with the fish. I got your questions today. I'd love to have more questions, and I'd love to have more feedback, and let me know what more things you want to see. We're just into season 5 now. You can check it out. We still have a lot to see, in particular, Penghu, Maju, Jingmen. We've been to Penghu before. That's where my boat was made. But many people don't realize that Penghu has 90 little islands. Isla de Pescadores, they call it. And we've been to some of the harbors, but it actually has 67 fishing harbors. And each one of them is beautiful, I assure you. The ones we've gone to have just been the beginning. We're gonna go to some amazing small islands and see some amazing little fishing harbors that you're gonna love. Maju and Jingmen. Jingmen in particular has a super long history, longer than any part of Taiwan itself. So we're gonna talk about the history there, the fishing culture that began there. Maju itself is a beautiful island as well. I love going to Maju. I've never taken my boat there. It's the longest journey we're gonna be on. We'll be over 10 hours at sea to go from the island of Taiwan to Maju. It's gonna be amazing too. So we have a lot more stuff to cover. Let me know if you have any things particularly you wanna see, but I want to make sure you join us on this amazing voyage. It has been such a pleasure for me to do this show, and I'm very happy that you've joined me on this voyage. And as I said before, there's many more things still to come. please carry on watching. Please carry on sending in your many questions. I will do this again sometime. We will answer them again. And thank you so much.